There certainly is no shortage of zombie games on Steam or anywhere else, but finally the wait is over for our first look at this one, a highly anticipated, possibly one of the best of 2025 so far, or maybe ever, depending on what comes down the line. But hey, Into the Darkness, Days of Dead. No, Into the Dead, Days of Darkness. No, Into the Dead, Our Darkest Days. That is the name of the game. And we finally get to take our first look at the early access version. Now, this game is really just amazing. We played a lot of this in a playtest and a demo, so did many of you, and they even had a new demo that added new characters in a game that is very stylish and plays a little bit like This War of Mine, but a little more fast-paced, yet also stealthy at the same time. A dangerous game, one that always makes you feel like you're literally seconds from death and losing a character, but also a game that feels a lot like State of Decay, at the same time as being This War of Mine with a few other things mixed in. Anyway, I was very excited for it, and now I'm happy that we get to take our first look at it, where it'll be coming out for everybody on April 9th, 2025. Everybody gets to take their first look at it, taking place now in 1980s Texas, a city by the name of Walton City, which has fallen to a zombie outbreak. So it's up to us to lead a band of desperate survivors from refuge to refuge by scavenging, crafting, and fighting in a relentless struggle for survival. It's up to us to plan wisely, stick together, and above all, keep moving if we want to make it out of here alive. Now, I don't know exactly what that means at the moment in terms of, are we looking for a fort in order to seek refuge with the military? Are we trying to evac from the area? Is the whole country lost? I don't know. Could be a situation like in Project Zomboid where everything's being walled off and maybe the containment didn't succeed, but I guess we'll find that out as we take our first look. Now, this game is, again, early access, so a lot of the things that we see here probably are going to be changing, and everybody's valuable feedback will be important for making this game that's already really good even better. So do me a big old favor, down below in the comment section, anytime you think of something in your noggin about the game, let me know. And let the developers know too what you'd like to see, what you like, what you think would change or benefit the game to be added, or things that you like from other games that you'd like to see in this one. All right, well, thank you very much again for subscribing. Thanks for leaving a like, and let's now start our first look at Into the Dead, Our Darkest Days. Let's go. Time now to choose our survivors. We start with Tracy and Wayne, a couple here who, Tracy is pregnant, and you can imagine how difficult and terrifying that's going to be during a zombie outbreak such as this, and whether or not it's going to be a few weeks or possibly a few months before they reach safety, it's going to be an interesting thing. In addition to that, of course, she's a non-drinker because of that, and so her ability to deal with very heartbreaking or mentally difficult situations is a little harder to overcome. You can't take the easy way with alcohol, which is interesting because Wayne himself is a moonshiner, so he can make crude moonshine from the cooking area, no real problem at all. But there are other characters. These two, by the way, were added at the end of the previous demo, but Daryl and Leo have been here since the start. Leo there is a very good fighter, and not only can he dish out the punishment, but he can also take a lot of it too. Sebastian and Diane are well-rounded, with one being kind of a gunsmith and the other one being an optimist. So you got a well-rounded group that are able to defend themselves in the mind, and of course with guns, brother. Then we got Hector and Kayla. Hector and Kayla are a nice balance too. You've got one who's very smart and able to fortify and really lock down the base, and the other one who's very stealthy. This is a formidable group right here. That's a very good one for starters for sure. And then my favorite from the demo, Daphne and Penny. Daphne's very good at cooking, and so it really is a good thing to have around if you're going to build a large group and your group can grow quickly. So Daphne knows how to do some good cooking, and that keeps morale up and strength up and everything. So she is a benefit to the whole group. And also Penny, just like the previous one, is also sneaky and a blade expert too, so good for takedowns and knife combat. For our start here today in our first look at Into the Dead, Our Darkest Days Early Access, I think we're going to start with Tracy and Wayne and see what we can do in the zombie apocalypse. Let's go.
People of Walton, this is your mayor, John Ward. Now, I want to take a moment to thank y'all for your patience and resolve in these most challenging times. It's that Southern spirit, it's that Texas grit that gives me full confidence that we'll not only get through this crisis, but come out stronger on the other side. And I only wish I could be here to see it, huh? However, folks, I regret to announce that today I'll be moving my secure spot outside the city limits. Now, no need to go assuming the worst. All right. This move is strictly to facilitate better coordination with our boys in uniform, who are at this very moment putting together a surefire plan to retake our city and eradicate the... Huh? This can't wait. They're where? Excuse me. So just, hold tight, secure your homes, and I assure you...
Hello?
The tide will turn. God bless you. God bless you.
I'm not sure if anyone out there is still listening to this trash. But if you are, know this. Nobody is coming to help you. There's no plan. Look. What they did, it's wrong. It's all wrong. We are trapped. And staying here isn't an option. You have to get out. Escape the city any way you can. Get out now.
Daytime. Ooh, we're at a diner. This shelter won't do. The barricades are in bad shape and there's barely enough here to survive. We need to move to a new shelter as soon as possible, and then find a way to escape this hellhole. Find a new shelter and move in. Undead attack. The undead hurled themselves against the barricade. We managed to hold them back. This time. Alright, well, where are the undead? Guess they're out there somewhere. This style of this game is amazing. A wonderful 2 and 3D environment. We move around, of course, in a kind of a 2D plane, but the characters' animations, the details and whatnot are on par with what I expect from like State of Decay. But then also this base settlement part is kind of like This War of Mine too. So I like that. Quite a big base here. Nice. All right, so it looks like we're at a truck stop in the middle of nowhere, maybe a diner, and looks like there's a second story here. So it must be like a hotel diner combo sort of thing. So while we're here in the base view, we're free to do whatever we want and take a little bit of time to wander around and catch our breath. Time doesn't move forward here. And yeah, indeed, we're at a truck stop. So I don't think we can go out there. But anyway, yeah, looks like some of the bases have different bonuses. This one here seems to have a little bit of a farming area. So we're able to grow fruits and vegetables there. And any of these settlements that have that, we're able to take advantage of that. Looks like we have ourselves a crafting bench here too. And so that'll help us to make weapons and tools in order to fight off the enemies here at home in the base. And also when we go out and go on a little bit of a mission. So I guess what we're going to have to do is get Tracy working on something for us. Let's see if we can maybe craft something while our good friend, what's his name again? Wayne. Tracy and Wayne. We're going to go ahead and put Tracy on building something. Maybe food, a crafting station would be good, but we'll need some materials for that. So cloth and wood we need to be on the lookout for. And a good thing about this game is anything that we craft can come with us automatically when we move bases. So a little courtesy of the game to not have to come back here and pick up multiple benches and supplies. It just automatically teleports. We have ourselves a couple of different workbenches to make, and also a medical area there, cooking area, communal area. But I think we should go with a good old lockpick. That's going to be something that we're probably going to use time and time again. She can only make one for now, so she can do that while Wayne is out and exploring. And let's see if we can find that little board somewhere. Should be a way to go explore. Let's see if we can go up. Okay, we can sleep here too, but he's really ready to go. He's full on food and full on sleep and a little low on the mental capacity. Just a little debuff of about a fourth. But this is what we're looking for here, the planning bench to go out. And it looks like we started in the lower section of the city. Now, before, during the demo, we were always in the same little house, but I wonder if this will be different each and every time that we play. Looks like there might be a construction site here, Hackett Construction Incorporated. And there we see a threat presence, and then the chances of finding base resources or how plentiful they could be, weapons, medical, and food. So those are all going to be needed. That'd be a great place to start, but maybe Container Yard 5 would be better. Actually, Container Yard 3 is an affordable long-term storage solution. So looks like a port, actually, but I guess we're looking at maybe more of like a U-Haul or U-Store type thing. We're going to go ahead and head out with a weapon. That's perfect for stealth, and this is important to keep in mind that each of these weapons could be a little different. A skillet, for example, is going to not be as loud as a meat cleaver or perhaps a knife. So let's bring that, and also a set of lockpicks. And then these are some other things that we already have in the base. And also our character, if we go out into the field and he becomes wounded, we can't heal out in the field. So leaving medical stuff behind is a good idea. So we're going to leave all that stuff there. And let's go scavenge. So that'll take place at the end of the day. So we're going to go ahead and confirm that by hitting R. And at night, he'll go out and scavenge. And in that time, Tracy should be able to make the lockpicks that we ordered. Okay, let's continue. Container Yard 3, Wednesday, August 20th, 1980. So because this is the beginning of the 80s, this is kind of like more of the 70s. All the vehicles that you'll see in the 80s has barely begun. So no Thriller yet, and no 80s music has really begun. So it's going to all be like 70s style, arcades and other things like that. Okay, let's go ahead and get quiet. Sound is an incredibly important part of this game, too. You need to be able to listen for zombies. And some of them might be in the background, too. So if we make noise in the foreground, they might come running out of the back or from above us or below us. We never know. So it's always safe to just assume that the zombies are everywhere. Hi there, sir. Just turn around, pal. Seems to be some sort of a factory in the background. And a very important thing in each of these different areas is to try to find the high ground, which will contain like a telescope that we can then use to look around us and find other points of interest. So probably one of the tall cranes has like a shelter that somebody built up there, and then we'll be able to find other POIs around us. That guy's not leaving. I thought he'd turn around, but he's not. I want to be able to jump up and take him from behind and eliminate him that way. Well, if he's not going to cooperate, let's see if there's another way to go up. See if we can... nope, we won't be able to jump directly up. Okay. Oh, and he's still right there, that turd. Alright, he should turn around, but I guess we're going to have to ambush him a little bit. Alright. A little ridiculous if you ask me. He should have turned around. That should have been a perfect stealth kill. These guys are fine. Some wood, tape, meat stew, and casserole. Boy, hasn't gone bad yet. That's pretty lucky. Yeah, one footstep like that and boom, they're aggroed. Alright, somebody was living up here. Looks like they were able to get a few things to make it more homely. We can bring that cloth. Battery's dead, lens is cracked, can be dismantled for base resources at the dismantling bench. So there are a few things we can bring back too that are mostly meant to just be broken down for additional resources. It looks like we can jump from container to container. Unfortunately, whoever was living here, one of them must have got bit and infected the other group. Alright, nothing up here. Let's go up even higher. Let's see if we can drop down a little bit and take a peek. Looks to be a bunch of cabinets in the container to our left. And enemies somewhere, but I can't see exactly where. It must be below us. Just gonna peek in here to see if there's anything. He's gonna scream. Oh boy. Gonna try to be a little stealthy here. Looks like we can jump into that container there that's on the telehandler, just to our left. But I want to go down. We got one zombie to worry about here. Let's try to be quick. Beautiful. And let's see if there's any supplies in here. Indeed there is. Aviation fuel. Wow, some more food and water. That probably would be a good thing for us. We can leave some things behind here. We've got plenty of cloth, but we should bring more of that. We're going to leave the ammo then. If we need that, we'll come back here. And I also want to stack up the water. We're going to need food, even though we have some. I'm going to leave the fast food behind. And we're obviously going to have to come back a few times to take a few trips to a few places in order to get all the things that we need. But we also have to keep moving, so sometimes it's important to just leave certain things and come back later or not at all. All right, good job, Wayne. Look at the factories in the background. Just a beautiful game. All right, let's jump across here too. And let's keep moving. Terrifying sound that sounds from these zombies. It's very eerie to hear that. Ooh. Okay. So we can get a like a cable cutter or like a some sort of a snippers to get in there. I guess the game may refer to that as a bolt cutter to cut chains, but I'm not sure if it'll be a weapon we can also use in melee. All right. So there's more positions above us and below us, as well as where we are. I don't know if we can go up, though. There is a ladder up there. We can take a peek. Ah, there's the telescope. That's exactly where we need to go. And I hear trouble everywhere. So they must be below us in the yellow container. Oh, look at that. More good stuff. We also have bottles which we can throw to distract the enemy. A healing kit, that's kind of almost a must-have. Damn, the bolt. Everything here is just so important. All of it, honestly. I'll leave the medicine for now. And we'll take the first aid kit because that'll be a little bit more comprehensive. Possibly medicine in there. All right, time to go back down. We're going to sneak to the left and see if we can come back up on the left of the containers. Get up to that telescope and find a new lead. Okay, zombies coming. Well, now we have more room, but unfortunately we don't have a weapon. Unidentified pills. Okay. Don't know if I'd take that. Okay, let's go up the ladder. But first... There's some bolt cutters. Okay, hold on. Now, it's quite possible that these bolt cutters might break once we use them. Might be able to also use them as a weapon. Some sort of a blunt weapon. But we'll see. We hear a lot of enemies around. Okay, more wood, that's good. More mechanical parts, that's good. More tape, that's good. And electrical parts. Many more things to explore below us. Okay, let's find out what's up top by this telescope now. God, it's beautiful. It really is a gorgeous game. That color palette is outstanding. So from the vantage point, we've been able to discover Fire Station number 8. The station's motto is Heroes in Flames. The Victory Meat Processing Plant. The unholy pungent stench was present before the outbreak. Or the Walton City Water Treatment. There's nothing more refreshing than Walton City water. I'm sure that's probably where the outbreak started. Okay. Time to get out of here, I think. I wonder if we can jump that fence there. Okay, she's moving again. I'm going to run past her. There we go. Okay, so I'm glad we waited for her to get all the way to the right. I think the zombies might outpace us a little bit. But there we go. Wayne had a little bit of adrenaline from getting hit, but he should be just fine. And we were able to produce those lockpicks, so not bad. Always good idea. Always a good idea to carry lockpicks on you. The undead have attacked and hurled themselves against the barrier again. We got a few more days of being out there. Wayne is still ready to go again, though. He is locked in and ready to explore again. Let's switch to Tracy. Tracy's getting a little hungry, a little tired. We're going to have her work a little bit more, though. There was, of course, the garden. But we'll need seeds for that, even though it does show plants growing. But it's all good. Let's head to the bench. I think we're going to make ourselves a cooking area if we can. Food, again, is going to be incredibly important. Of course, medical area will be 2. And a communal area. And also our workbench level 2, which eventually leads to this dismantling bench, which will be incredibly important. So let's go with that. And then maybe a couple lockpicks too. We can make 1. So that'll be fine. Tracy can do that. And Wayne will continue to go out on another quest. Slow and steady will win this race. Meat processing fire station. Looks like they may have a lot of weapons and food at the fire station. And the other areas are probably rather quiet too. But the good thing about these areas is even if they don't sound as interesting, they will still allow us to explore more of the map. So if we go, for example, to the meat processing plant, it could give us a huge line of sight to our west. Or same here with the construction company in the east. Go to the fire station though and see what that's like. Threat presence looks to be about the same everywhere, a little higher at the water treatment plant. So let's go here. And we're going to want to bring a makeshift knife and a set of lockpicks. Okay, time to go. So he'll be doing that in the morning. It'll be another daytime run, I believe, since we're waiting. Might be a nighttime run, actually. Ah, it is. Fire station number 8. Zombie on patrol in the garage there to our left. Same with the offices on the right. There's the one zombie there on the left. We see one. Gonna wait here for this one to turn around. Oof. Weapon destroyed from that, but we're in an important office. The chief's office. Maybe could have keys. More building materials there, though, and water. Checking the lockers there. Nothing important. I mean, nothing amazing, just regular supplies. It's all important, but I'm looking for something like another shiv or really like an axe. The door's blocked. We may have to get to that area from above. All right, time to go back down. Oh, is he going to turn around? No? Okay. He's going to get to the end of that truck there and then turn around. So we're in hiding right now. Those white dots with a circle around it are areas where the zombies might not notice us. In this case, he did. It may have been a touch thing. There might be a little proximity around them, but we'll have to learn that as we play more. But as usual, as you can imagine, things are going to be a little bit too... Now we have a weapon. A good one. There we go. So yeah, we're going to have too many things to carry and not enough room for them all. Well, there's a little bandage. That'll make up for that. Unidentified pills. One tactic we can deploy is coming up behind a zombie and closing the door, which means that when they come back, their time to travel will be shorter because they'll hit this, see a wall, turn around, and then we can get them right there with a stealth kill. Now, the thing is, you're probably thinking to yourself, man, an axe, that's got to be the best weapon in the game. But remember, that's noisy. So certain noisy weapons will attract other zombies. So we really want, like, machetes, knives, swords, anything like that. These takedowns can be rather loud. So far, so good, though. More bottled water, that's good. Can't bring much else back, but now we're trying to stack the piles of what we already have. Good. Could be food in that mess hall there. We want to go up and try to find a telescope. We also want to try to find maybe another survivor. Ooh. Lockpick right here. Good. Somebody may have survived. Oh, pure alcohol. He's going to like that. And a banjo. Of course, a weapon. Ah, this is one of those buildings they use for fire training. There could be a survivor in here. Oh, it's the telescope. Wonderful. We got lucky. Oh, and a survivor. I didn't see you. How the heck did... Larry, I made it to the camp after the collapse. Larry went out one night. I haven't seen him since. Mind if I come back to your shelter? Recruit survivor Frank. I reckon you could use someone like me. He's a good cook, a scrapper, and has a bad back. Reduced backpack space. So he'd be good for base. He has bonus damage to blunt melee weapons, so we can use him in a pinch. But overall, his good cooking is probably going to be welcome for more survivors. Larry could still be out there. Welcome. We've now discovered Old Ballard and the Texway Gas Heart Street. Oh boy. Alright, from what I can recall, Old Ballard is incredibly dangerous and has a lot of enemies there. I believe there are human enemies that could shoot you or attack you, from what I can recall. I may be getting that misconstrued with This War of Mine, since there are some similar elements there. But of course, humans infected with a virus, a little less dangerous than crazy humans with guns and, you know, a lot of them. Their numbers are also very dangerous for us. Okay, well, we've recruited a survivor. That's pretty cool. I was not expecting to see him here, so that's great. And I don't think we can go down any further. I don't think we can catch the window below and drop in there. So back to stealth mode and back into the fire station. Now, what do we have for capacity? It looks like we're pretty much full on everything. Now we have to do is stack some things up. And we can also return. Gotta admit, this is pretty terrifying. If we had a lot of guns and ammo, I don't think this would be as good of a game. But since we have to pace ourselves and try to pay attention, pretty damn fun. Hi there. I need to ask you something. Have you subscribed to the channel yet, Zombie? Have you become a member? Oh, we have bolt cutters again and a pool cue. It sounds like they're trying to get through this door. I thought I saw arms coming through, but it's barricaded, so I don't think they can come through. I'm going to remove the fabric and gain a bolt cutters, which I think I think we used that and lost it at the previous location, like it was a used item. Would be cool to convert it to a weapon, though, somehow. Gotta be somewhere around here to use it. Oh, boy. Okay, we got a ladder down. want to explore the rest of the top of the roof. Those zombies are tough because you can't really do anything to them. They're in the floor of the background. And those two are kind of just camping right there, so... Alright, down the ladder we go, and maybe exit stage right again. Looks like stage left is blocked by that fire tower. Oh boy, oh boy. Go back up. Man, lady. Okay, there we go. I don't think I can get down the ladder. No, she's... Wow, look at that turn time on her. I'm going to try to see if I can time this to where she's passing us but doesn't see us. Oh, there's stealth on the ladder. Okay. I didn't see you, sir. Don't you scream. That's right. Thank you. Sometimes you just need to be polite with these guys. Just a little assertive without being pushy. I really want this developer to make it so we can kind of hold on the ladder. I keep going up and down like that just because I'm trying to stay out of damage, but also view on when he's like in an area that we can attack him. If he goes to our right, then we'll be good and we can take him out. And we can unblock the chair that was to our right earlier. Oh, there we go. So this ladder counts as stealth. Great. And some of these buildings that we can move to, eventually we can clear. And if we clear these buildings, not this one per se, but maybe the gas station, then that could be our new base. Oh, nice. The fire pole. We can get right down to the garage from there and exit to the right. Ooh, a golf club. Okay, the fire axe, unfortunately, is almost destroyed, but sometimes the weapons are disposable and the items are invaluable. Bolt cutters here could be useful too. Must be something that's locked. Maybe in the locker room. Could be something chained up. All right, up and over. Let's see if he ignores us this time. I'm hoping other future zombie games look exactly like this, but more 3D. But I think the 2D aspect of this one makes it very interesting and challenging with its camera perspective, and that's something I really enjoyed about this War of Mine too. And something about it gives me original, like Resident Evil vibes too. Tank controls in a way. Tracy is drained. She needs a little nap. Oh boy. Okay, we need to get out of here, and we need to get out of here soon. Oh, but Frank is here. And does he have anything in inventory? No. I think they bring back everything. Frank is a little upset over his friend, I think Larry, who went out. So he's a little worried. So let's go ahead and take a nap. With Tracy. Let's have Frank. Maybe do some cooking. Now, I wish we could actually put the cooking stations wherever we want, but things are, this is a huge building, this truck stop. And so there's like, a workbench in every room. Let's go see where that is. Oh, there we go. Oh, well, imagine that. We're doing some cooking in the kitchen where there was already a stove. But I guess this is rigged up to be able to work off maybe like a propane tank or something. Go ahead and make a couple meat, a couple vegetable stews. 2 and 2, not bad. And Wayne's going to have to go out again. Guy's holding us together, single-handedly. One more mission for him, and then maybe it's nap time. Diner looks so good. Okay, so now where do we go? We have a gas station up there, and it's a potential space for a base. So that might be really good for us to take a peek at. There's also a home there, the old Ballard. If we move, by the way, we're going to lose access to some of the areas to our south. So if we move up slightly, we might possibly lose access to the water city treatment thingy, the Walton City water treatment. We can always go back to the container yard or maybe even the meat factory, but I think we're good to go north. There's going to be plenty of lots of base resources here too, but yeah, plenty of food will be around. So there will be it's a potential shelter shown there in green. We'll have a workbench, barricades, looks like one bed and a garden, so pretty similar to where we are now. So I think we should go up there. So we do need to do a full clear on this area. We better bring some extra weapons and a lockpick too. And let's wait till we're ready. Nice that it also tells you if all survivors are assigned to a job. Ooh. Evacuation notices. You can hear them. Takes away gas on Hart Street. So I'm imagining that there's more than likely a few different gas stations in the game. And this is one that I think we went to before in previous builds. But this could be slightly different. Gas stations can be very similar and yet very different at the same time. All right, let's sneak in up here. This is Joe Tuvasa. If you're out there, Dad, anyone, please, I need help. Please, I'm running out of time. I'm begging you, don't leave me for dead. We have another survivor. It's Joe. Joe Mama. Joe Mama's here. Did you know? Yeah, strong shoulders so he can carry more stuff. A gearhead. So gains extra component resources for each dismantled item and also depleted. Extra morale is lost when hunger is low. So food will be very important. We're happy to have you. Okay, I can hear movement below. So we want to do a full clear on all the zombies. Now, here's one of my criticisms about this game so far. It's a great game, but it's not perfect. One of the things that irritates me here, and I don't know if they changed this, but for example, this whole gas station we're going to have to clear of enemies, and it's packed full of supplies. I mean, we have a working radio here. There could be car batteries all over this place. There could be food from all the maybe vending machines or from storage and in the back in the freezer section. Maybe those things are still good. But when we clear this whole place, oh yeah, wow, was that bloody. When we clear this whole place, I think if we don't have items on us, they don't count. So, wow, combat knife, that's a great find. So I don't get any of these things if we don't take it. Like, for example, this wooden box. We need to break this down at a dismantling station, but I'm going to save room for something else. So any of these items here that, we don't claim are kind of lost forever. We have to move out of the base, and I think then they come back. I don't know. It's kind of a weird situation. I think you should just, if you clear an area and turn it into a base, then you should get all the items. Good job with the combat knife. Could be some first aid stuff here in the bathroom. Oh, Eureka. I don't think I want that pure alcohol. Take a little peek outside. All zombies need to die, so... Watch the manhole cover to the right. This was in the demo as well. Watch the manhole cover. Well, who the hell closed up the manhole cover? Who's hiding down there? You know, the things we do to these zombies are really sticking with them. I think they really get our point. I can't stop when I'm on a roll. And of course, all the furniture on the stairs. I love that video game trope. It's like, hey, honey, you know, every suburban house in a zombie outbreak game. It's like, honey, zombie outbreak has happened. Let's take all of our belongings and barricade the stairs. You know, let's not evacuate or anything like that. Which I guess makes sense. If you're going to stay put, then yeah, maybe barricade and hide up there. But these people aren't going to last a week. I think in this war of mine, you have to get back by sunrise. Otherwise, your chances of survival are a lot less. But in this game, you could pretty much stay out for an entire day. Like, you could be here for hours. You know, if you clear out all the zombies, you could then, and that's going to be a hard thing to do. But if you do that, then you can go around and kind of Tetris the inventory a little bit. You know, take things from here and there. You know, again, a good viable tactic from a game like this War of Mine is to like go to a, let's just say this body had a ton of stuff on it. You could take all the things from this body and then just store them all in one place. So if you return here, you could just go to a very easily accessible location in the map. And then, oh boy. Hold on. So yeah, you could put all the stuff right at the entrance to the map, so that way when you return, you just grab the stuff and go without having to wander or worry about danger. Okay, that was a little rough. I tried to do a stealth kill about 4 times there, and finally it gave it to me at the top. There should be a on-screen indicator whenever we've cleared all zombies, and I believe there's still another. Telescope, too. So it's supposed to be August. It looks like, you know, September, October. All right, 38 Irving Drive, which is where I believe the demo begins, and also 15th Independence Boulevard. Family home was once full of life, but now is abandoned. I want to see if I can irritate the last zombie. Get them to give themselves away. At least I suspect there's one more. Yep. Actually, there's a few more if I don't quiet down out in the parking lot. Oh. We need him to get close and turn around. Of course, we can right-click for the flashlight. That helps us to see in dark areas, but doesn't do anything for the zombies. I don't even think they noticed that. Oh, come on now. Well, we're going to need to make a run for it now. Some of the aspects of the stealth like that are a little annoying, where you need to time it just right, and their patrols are, you know, varied, where they're just kind of like freaking out. They're tweaking, and you have to take out a zombie that's doing this move, and a lot of it is RNG. You could be the best player in the world, and if you're faced with a situation like that, that's going to suck. But I ran because I didn't want him to alert any more zombies out in the streets. Oh, well, we have our broken glass. That's going to be our best bet. If he's chilled out now. Now, don't worry. Wayne will be all right. We've got plenty of health items, and he's going to go to bed when he gets, well, back to base. But base is going to be soon be, like, here. Soon to be here. Well, that, I think he's taking stealth to the right there. Now, what the hell way is he taking stealth? There we go. I think the direction your character's facing is also the way in which they're concealed from. So if a zombie was approaching us from the right, he would see us, but the guy on the left probably won't. He's got the haircut of the Dry Devil from Kingdom Come Deliverance. There we go. Perfect. Weapon destroyed. And in the upper right corner, all threats cleared. You're now able to move in. Cool. Close for old Wayne, but that's what makes this game absolutely terrifying. Strange markings. A symbol has been hastily painted on one of the pavements near a manhole, partially covered by dust and grime. Lead discovered strange markings. All right. Back to shelter. All right, we're getting out of here. All right, Tracy's no longer drained. She's got a gnawing hunger, but luckily we prepared a lot of food, so everybody will be in nice shape. Strange markings unlocked in the escape plans menu. So that strange marking seems to be a maze with a star in the middle. And the barricade's about to be destroyed, but lucky for us, we're moving. So gather things together, gang. We're heading north. And we're going to move our shelter there to the Texway Gas on Hart Street. No more threats there. So let's get out of here. Oh, and you can see we'll be able to access that new location there. So let's get to it. Survivors assigned to stations or map locations will be unassigned, and crafting will be canceled or reimbursed. Okay, let's move our shelter. So again, no worries about all the crafting benches that we made or things that are in progress. Okay, Wayne is drained, Frank is hungry, and so is Joe. And so is Tracy. So let's go through our survivors then. So Wayne, you're going right to bed, my man, and we need to get you healed up too. Go find that bed. Okay, what do we got? Healing kit, compact medical kit containing supplies for treating minor injuries used at the shelter to restore a moderate amount of health at the end of the phase. Wayne's gonna need that. And then the bandages to treat some physical states. Maybe bruised ribs, but I think we should go with the healing kit. And put Wayne to bed. It'll take a little time to work. All right. So Tracy, you're hungry. Grab some good food for you. And maybe food doesn't go bad here. I'm not sure, but let's go ahead and go with the maybe the junk food there. Good for a burst of energy. That'll keep her on her feet too. Remember, she's eating for two. And we'll make some more food shortly. Frank, let's get you some food too. Keep everybody right around that level. Joe's a little less than that, but it's okay. All right, let's put... who's our good cook? I believe we can see their stats too at a certain point. I believe it's Frank. Survivor. Depressed, but also a good cook. So maybe that'll... Maybe cooking is it's his passion will make him a little happier. Let's head down to the cooking station. Make a little bit more food. And then Joe. Let's take a look at the barricade if we can. Oh, right. There's lockpicks and such here. Make portable beds. We might need that at this point, but also the medical area enables the use of the medical area, which healing kits and bandages can be crafted. And then workbench too. All of these are great options, honestly. I think more than likely we're going to get somebody who's going to be tired, so let's make the bed first. And then also a lockpick. And then Tracy. Oh boy, let's get you maybe making a barricade. Right there. Barricade's looking pretty good. I think we'll hold off on that. Boy, do we send out Tracy? The boys are barely holding apart. Well, they're coming apart and they're barely holding it together. But we got one cooking, one crafting, and one napping. Could be up to Tracy to save the day. But we have ourselves a new base, and now we have to find out where we're going to go next. So certainly those suburban homes in the north would be a good idea. And we've lost access to a few of the places in the south. But I guess we're going north. But now also the place we were just at, we can go back and, interestingly enough, raid again. The Auntie May's Truck Stop Diner we can go back to and see if there's food and medical supplies. That's so weird to me. Why wouldn't you bring that stuff with? I don't know. But, you know, it is what it is. And it's fine, I guess. Well, sadly, that is all the time we have today for Into the Dead, Our Darkest Days, but we'll be continuing on with this series and also playing it live with different characters and maybe getting different beginnings, different other discovered buildings around us, and maybe worse situations, or better. I don't know. Anyway, this game's great, so I hope you all are looking forward to seeing more, and also its release. Again, remember, on April 9th, if you're interested in getting this one, it seems like a hell of a good time. And well, it is, actually. Thanks again for subbing to the channel. Did you leave a like yet? Go ahead, I'll wait. Great, look at that confetti, awesome. And thank you very much for all your support. You all have a wonderful day. And again, let me know down below in the comments section. Do your duty for Raptoria. Glory to Raptoria down below in that comment section. And also, leave a comment for those devs so they can make an amazing game based on your feedback. Everybody counts. So, I'll see you when I see you. Goodbye.